Imagine waking up to realise the people in charge of your life, yes, the ones making all the big decisions, have no idea what it's like to be you. They're floating in a bubble, completely out of touch with your day-to-day struggles. Sounds frustrating, right? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's unpack the massive gap between the ruling class and the rest of us. The regular folk who aren't dining on caviar while making billion-dollar decisions in boardrooms. Now, this isn't just a rant about rich people or privilege, it's about a much deeper issue. How the disconnect between those who run the show and the ones who live under their rules is shaping the world we live in. Let's face it, when those in power live in a world so far removed from ours, the results aren't pretty. Imagine having a boss who's never done your job but constantly tells you how to do it. The policies they create often serve their own interests, leaving the rest of us scratching our heads, wondering how they thought it was a good idea in the first place. It's like asking a goldfish to write a guide on mountain climbing. The reality is that while the ruling class enjoys their perks, many people are stuck trying to navigate an increasingly unfair system. It's more than just inequality. It's about decisions being made in a bubble so thick you'd need a hammer to break through. But don't worry, we've got a sledgehammer ready. So, why should you care? Well, when leaders don't understand what everyday life is like for their citizens, they end up creating policies that ignore the majority's needs. It's like giving a fashion influencer the job of designing a practical work uniform. Flashy, expensive, but totally impractical for the rest of us. Cue eye roll. The media also loves to distract us with left versus right debates like it's a reality TV show. While we're busy arguing over which political team has the best catchphrases, the real power plays are happening quietly behind the scenes. Spoiler alert, the true divide is not between the left and right. It's between the people who hold all the power and the rest of us who get the crumbs. And that's exactly what they want, us divided, so they can keep doing their thing while we're too busy squabbling to notice. This isn't just history class or a theory, it's happening right now. People are still getting caught in modern forms of slavery, but instead of chains and whips, we've got debt, ridiculous work hours, and a system designed to keep people down. It's like Carl Jung said, stick with me, it's deep but important. The people in power often become so full of themselves that they lose touch with reality. And when that happens, everyone else suffers. These modern forms of power imbalance trap people in a vicious cycle, and often they don't even realise they're in it. So what do we do about it? We expose it, we laugh at it, and we fight it. Here's the fun part, humour. Ridicule has always been one of the most powerful tools against authority. From court jesters back in the day to modern day comedians roasting politicians, laughter is the ultimate way to puncture that self-important bubble of the ruling class. So while we're having these serious conversations about power and inequality, don't underestimate the power of a well-placed joke to bring the mighty back down to earth. If you can laugh at the absurdity of it all, you can resist it. You need to start by recognizing the game that's being played. The divide between rulers and the rest of us is real, and it's not going to fix itself. We need to educate ourselves, talk about these issues, and, just as importantly, use humour to call out the nonsense when we see it. Your voice, your thoughts, and yes, even your jokes matter more than you know. If this video got your gears turning, do us a favour, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and share it with your friends. Because the more people who get in on this conversation, the harder it is for those in power to keep ignoring us. Let's keep questioning, keep laughing, and most importantly, keep pushing for a world that's fair for everyone, not just the ones sitting at the top. Thanks for sticking around, and let's get to work on making sure those in charge can't just hit the snooze button on our lives anymore.